Would you like to know more?
Okay, welcome back to War Master Podcast episode 25 of Adventures in 3D Printing Land. So, what am I going to talk about here? Slicing issues. I printed off this model last week using Lychee Slicer and I can't remember what USB. It wasn't the one that came with it. It was another one I had to hand. A reasonably branded one. And reasonably sized, maybe 32 gig or something. And I had this print here, just this one single print in a batch of a lot, 5 or 6 characters and 12 strips of infantry. So 1 out of 18 came out like this. So I just put it down to, it's just going to have been an issue with the slicer or whatever. But then I had this print. Now, this prints this way, so the top is where my finger is here, so it's printing downwards, and it prints perfectly until it gets almost past the bottom of the print, and then does this. So you have this massive blob it's kind of destroyed the detail on the top of the model, and it would be impossible to get off. I may just smash this up now and use it as part of some kind of base, like have some wings and legs and stuff, and just have it like as an objective marker. But this was quite a long print. This was like a 4-hour print, so this was quite annoying that this one went wrong. And this kind of panicked me a little bit because this was the second one of these I've had. But it was similar to this one in that the print was the damage was towards the top of the print. It was in a similar position on the print bed, although it's quite a lot bigger, the area, as you can see there. And therefore, I thought, maybe it's Lychee Splicer that's causing the issues. Slicer, not splicer. So I tried to print again using the Anycubic Photon Slicer, and I got this. Now, when I saw this, as the print bed's moving up and down, I thought, oh my God, what's this? I was expecting a lot of rubbish, a lot of printed material to be on the FEP and not on the print bed, because where was the printed material? But then I looked on the screen, and the screen was not telling the printer to print anything. It was like each layer was showing up on the screen, and it was just blank, and then the next layer blank, and then the next layer blank. So it's like, this is a different slicer, and it's another fail, obviously, but in a completely different way. It's like it's printed the supports, which are about 5 mil or whatever the supports, and then just stopped printing. So again, that was a slicing error, I thought. So right, go back and use the stock absolutely garbage USB key dongle thing that they supply with the machine, and keep all the other variables the same. So I used the regular slicer, the Anycubic Photon Slicer, which I've printed 2 copies of this miniature perfectly in the past, and used the rubbish USB key, and it printed perfectly. So what that says to me is it's having trouble with my USB key, which is annoying because I know that this Anycubic USB key for dongle, whatever you want to call it, isn't going to last forever because it's low quality. Everything about it screams low quality, and you kind of want to. So that means at some point I'm going to have to find a USB dongle that will work, that I can use when this one gives up the ghost. But on the plus side, it looks like I've solved the problem because I just went back and used the old dongle that I haven't been using, and it printed perfectly, which is good news. So finally, after the third attempt of a 4-hour print, I mean that's a 4-hour print on a mono, so that's a bloody 12-hour print on a regular photon. I've finally managed to print Paul's big flying Harridan Nid, So that's good news. And I've also identified an issue that it's probably, until you know 100% for sure that you have a compatible USB dongle thing, you should probably just use the rubbish one that comes with it. So a quick video today just talking about the fact that if you're getting slicing issues, if you're getting printing issues, it may actually be the USB key and not your slicing software.